and you are living hurting people around you, all because of the character that was molded in you by events that you witnessed when you were young. It is important that you become realistic with yourself in everything that you're doing, wherever you are, whatever season that you're in this life. It is important that you take heed of what you want and what is good for you. What's up, guys? I hope that you guys are doing well. I'm back with another video of the daily thoughts of a visionary. So this video was not planned. I did not plan to shoot any video today, but as I'm speaking, it's a Sunday. It's still around 11. I just came back from church not long ago, and coming back from church, I was just thinking about where I am and how my life is right now. Excuse me. And how my life is right now, and the steps I had to take for me to be where I am, and some of the things that have happened without me knowing or foreseeing that certain things will happen at this particular time in my life. So I was just thinking, and it dawned to my mind that you know life sometimes can be so hard that when you look back, you may kind of feel like there's somebody who failed you, or there is someone who was supposed to do a certain part in your life, but they didn't do it correctly, or they didn't do justice for you. But thinking that at that time, it also dawned to my mind that you know what, the truth that you know is that you are what you want to be, and no matter what kind of background you have, no matter how your parents were, or no matter how your guardian was, or how the people you grew around were, you become what you want to become, and you become what you choose to become. It's just that there is a difference in how we choose to become what we want in life. So I was thinking, and I'm at a time where I'm not really okay. I'm dealing with some personal issues that I cannot be able to share at the moment, but I was thinking, and just felt so much pain, because it is so crazy how, even though you become what you want to become, even though you become like what you are, is your choices, is the choices that you make that makes you who you are. What you achieve is the choices that you make. But it is so crazy how our character is molded by how we were brought up. But later in life, once you are a fully grown man or woman, it doesn't matter anymore, not to yourself and not to anyone. Perhaps let me just phrase that again. This life, the little years that I've lived, has showed me that it doesn't matter to me or to anyone else how I grew up, how I was raised, the events that I witnessed growing up, the things that I saw growing up, the pain that I experienced growing up. It doesn't matter, not to myself, not to anyone. It doesn't matter, because right now I'm a fully grown man, and the choices that I make are my choices. The decisions that I make, they are my decisions. But it's also crazy and painful that unconsciously you make some decisions being inspired by how you grew up, or being inspired by the events that occurred when you were growing up, and you only realize it later that, shucks, I took actions that were inspired by the character that was molded by my upbringing. But when you look at it, you tend to feel guilty and you feel pain because you don't want to be that. You don't want to be that kind of a person, but because it was that environment, it molded you to become something that you don't want. It molded you to have a certain character that it is seen, it is, I mean, it's within you, and it's eating you inside whenever you make a decision or take action being inspired by how your upbringing was. That is a very painful thing. And trying to just think about that and trying to fix your life and trying to get your life together, working on yourself, trying to live the life that you want and do things that you want, not find yourself doing things that you don't want. It becomes very hard, but you have got no one to blame. You experienced what you experienced, you witnessed what you witnessed as a young boy, as a young girl. It doesn't matter, not to yourself, not to anyone, but it doesn't matter at all, because right now, what can be useful or what matters, it is how to resolve this issue, not to dwell in whose mistake is it, or not to dwell in this is caused by the fact that I grew up. For instance, I grew up without loving parents. I grew up without a dad. I grew up being abused. I grew up facing certain things or whatever. It doesn't matter anymore once you're a grown up. All your choices that you're making, it's your choices. And it's it really doesn't matter. What matters is what you do about that situation. And as hard as it is, because I know it myself, trying to work on yourself but not knowing exactly what you need to work on, because your character is molded such that you are unconscious when you make those painful decisions or do those painful actions towards other people. It is really painful because sometimes you just don't know what is it that I'm supposed to fix, because your character was molded when you were not, you know, so grown up in your mind. You were a kid. So it becomes really hard to kind of find that balance and say, okay, I'm going to work on this specific thing. I'm going to try and better up my life in this aspect. It's hard to find it when you have a character that has been molded at a young age and you are living, hurting people around you, all because of um, the character that was molded in you by events that you witnessed when you were young. So it's a really painful topic, and it's something that I feel like as people, and mostly for men, I'm gonna speak more for men in this aspect because I'm experiencing it as a man. It is important that you become realistic with yourself in everything that you're doing, wherever you are, whatever season that you're in this life. It is important that you take heed of what you want and what is good for you. What is good for you is not hurting other people. What is good for you is not letting your frustration or your anger or your a- anything that may be the results, anything that may be the results of what you experienced when you were a young person. It's not, there is not enough reason for you to radiate that towards the next somebody. There is no valid reason at all. Of which, throughout this whole thing and these challenges, I've realized that as a man, for you to be secured and for you to actually be genuinely happy. Because when you hurt people unconsciously, and when you hurt people because there is this character that has been molded in you, that without you having intentions to harm other people, you find yourself doing that because it's a character that is in you. It's a character that is in you. The real you are trying every day, you're living your life every day. But there is a certain character that has been molded when you had not even grown in your mind. That is very real. And it's something that I think as men we need to pay much attention to. Sometimes in life it's better to allow yourself space to be without nobody. By saying allow yourself space to be without nobody, I'm not saying be an isolate. I'm not saying be someone who doesn't go out, who doesn't talk to people. No, I'm saying that don't bring people in life that you know the character that has been molded in you may radiate towards them and may harm them. It can be people in form of a lover, in form of friends, in form of peers. Try to keep that distance for as long as you know that you are not secured, and work on yourself alone, because we end up hurting people and it hurts them but hurts us as well, because the actions that you're taking, they are actually not actions that you want to take. You want to do the different thing, you want to take different steps, but that character that has been molded in you, it's making you take certain decisions, certain actions that you don't actually want to take. And nobody can understand that, because it's not fair on no one. Like if you're making a decision that hurts your lover, or that hurts your friends, or anybody close to you, they're not gonna care. They're not gonna care that okay, this person did it because of this and this and that. They're not gonna care, and it's understandable for them to not care. You're hating them, because you'd actually react the same way if you're hurt like that. So it's a very cruel world that we live in. We grew up in different conditions and different backgrounds, but you are responsible for everything that happens in your life. You are responsible for what you radiate towards the next person. And sometimes it's just good for you to allow yourself space to be by yourself. Work on yourself. Make sure that you take the necessary steps to do what you want to do and not do what you don't like, but you find yourself doing it unconsciously. Because to us, or to another person, or to the people whom are experiencing it firsthand, it doesn't look like, no, this is an unconscious action, or this is something that this person is doing but they don't like. No, they will take it like that's who you are, but you know that's not who you are. Actually, that's who you are, but that's not what you want to be. So what you're actually working on, and what you need to actually work on, is becoming something different from what you are, from what you've been molded to be. Yeah, I think that's how it is, because the way it happens, you hurt people, you later regret it, and it hurts you, and it hurts you for ages. It hurts you so much, such that you regret and you feel guilty every day when you wake up. So that is you. Like, that's who you are, but it's not who you want to be. Like, it's not who you need to be. You need to be a different person, and the person that you feel every day that I want to be like this, that's what you need to fight for. That's what you need to try and become. That's what you need to take necessary steps to become, because otherwise the best choice will be for you to live your life and protect other people by being at a distance your whole life, if you can't find a better way to become a better person. These are just things that have been going on in my mind today, and I just couldn't help it but feel that I need to make a video about them, because I've realized that I'm not alone. there is many men who are dealing with the same thing. There may be many women who may be dealing with the same thing. I'm saying there is many men who are dealing with the same thing because I'm a man and I've experienced what other men experience. Young men mostly. So I hope that this video is going to be useful to someone and grasp whatever that you can from this video. This is my opinion. I feel that if you're not secured and you're not the person that you want to be yet, but you are something that has been molded in you, you have a certain character that has been molded in you because of how you grew up, because of the experiences that you heard, because of the events that you witnessed, because of the things that were done to you when you were young. Take time with yourself and fix yourself. Be selfish and take time to just fix your own self. Be respectful of other people's feelings to a point that you are okay with living your life alone. Doesn't mean you don't need to talk to people or whatever, but you just need to be comfortable living your life alone and not building personal relationships that you will end up breaking because you are not at a good space and you're not what you want to be. But you have a certain character that is not a good character, that is a bad character because it's been molded in you and you radiate that character unconsciously over time, almost every time. My advice is that take time off and be with yourself. Protect the other people by being distant from them. That's all I wanted to that's all I wanted to say in this video. It's not much to some people, but to whoever watches this video and understands what I'm talking about, you need to take the necessary steps to protect other people's happiness and joy and peace, and most importantly your joy and peace as well, because you deserve peace, you deserve happiness. So that's all I wanted to say in this video. Peace.